what is going on. Today we're going to change that cluster in a 90 model Cadillac. It's saying from 90, technically 93, really it's the end of 92. 93 is when they changed over to the big body style, but these are still titled as a 93. It's up till October, I believe, is what it is. Pretty much same procedure through all the years. So we're going to get in here and swap it out. So this is going to be for the digital dash. If you have an analog dash, 89 and down, totally different process. I don't have anything that can dig into that. I really don't want to dig into that. So we're going to get started. We're going to start removing our bezel. Probably have to put it down in neutral. Don't think you have to drop the column. It's been a while since I did one of these. They're not very hard, but we're going to get into it. So as I said, you got a screw there, a screw there, and normally 3 screws on the bottom, 2 on the driver's side, and 1 on the passenger side of the instrument cluster trim. So these little vent pieces right here, little selectors, they have a set screw on the bottom right there. It is a 1/16 Allen wrench. Just back that off and that will come off surprisingly easy. So one thing I've never come across before, but there is a screw in there, and that goes to your bezel. Apparently every one I've ever removed before, somebody else has been in there and broke it. So we'll start with pulling our 2 top screws out. Like I said, we'll probably have to put it in neutral. I've got the front wheel chalked to keep the car from rolling forward at all. There's one. Put it there so we can lose it. It is unfortunate that the bottom screws are missing, but I do kind of have a parts car per se. Don't really like robbing parts off of it, but this is in better shape, so yeah, it's going to be a parts car. Alright, we got all our screws out. Kick our key on forward. We'll just pull her down all the way. Our little needle is off too for our gear indicator, so we might see about messing with that also. Looks like we have everything else off that we need to have off. So let's see if we can mess this up. Like I said, it's been a long time since I tore into one of these. That just comes off fairly easy. Couldn't remember if it had pressure clips or not. Now, you need to kind of tilt it back to you. I'm going to put the steering wheel down all the way. And you have to tilt the cluster back to you, or the trim I should say, bezel, whatever it is, and just pull it right off, just like that. And it does not have any pressure clips like the Fleetwoods. I couldn't remember if it did or not. So now we have our dash looking like the Terminator. We can go ahead and pull these bolts here. I want to say they're 8mm. I always get it wrong. They're probably 7, but we're going to pull them. This one's already loose. I can pull this one out by hand, but I'm going to go get a socket and we can remove this and see if that's our problem. Hopefully it is. I did check the fuses. The fuses are good, so we'll just play it by ear. Hopefully you can see that little cable right there. That is what runs our gear indicator. So I'm going to go ahead and put it in park. And now you can see that it's just pulled down too far. It attaches to the column right there. It's just a little clip, same thing as the big bodies. It was probably put on, yeah, I don't know how it could be put on that bad. It was put on incorrectly, so we're just gonna, pull it off, put the right tension on it, and hopefully it'll be good. So we're gonna get a screwdriver on there, just pop it off. I'll try and do it kind of one-handed while holding the camera. Let's see how that works out. Probably end up breaking the thing. So if you can see, that's where it's at. And we'll just try and kind of push it off. And the whole column's gonna come, so we're not gonna do that one-handed. And that's what we're looking like. I used to have 2 cables that went up to the indicator itself. Obviously one broke, but one will do better than none. It is a 7mm. I was wrong again. I'm always wrong on this one. This was loose also, but we'll get this pulled out and then we'll pull the cluster out. So we're gonna pull our cluster out now. If you like my windshield spread, yeah, it's pretty sweet. No, I didn't run cat over. I just need something to keep the glare of the light from coming in here. And pull this out. Hopefully we can get to where you can see the wiring harness. Maybe I can tilt this down. Maybe. Yes, I can. So that is plugged up, so that is not a good sign at all. There we go. We got that disconnected. So we're gonna pull this out. I'm gonna go grab my questionable spare, seeing as this one doesn't work. My questionable spare probably won't do much more damage, hopefully. If it doesn't work, we're gonna go rob the known good one and see if it works in here. If it doesn't work, we got issues. All right, this is my questionable spare. It has been in my coupe for the last probably 15 years. It would have been perfectly fine if it was still where I had left it. But unfortunately, people that have zero need to get any kind of parts off this vehicle because they don't have anything in their whole connection of people that have a car like this. They decide to rob parts off it, break the windows out, vandalize it, and all that good stuff. I don't know. Some people's kids, I guess, best I could say. But yeah, the windshield busted out, so it sat for a very long time. Getting rain in the car, so I don't have very high hopes. I would be very happy if it worked, but I highly doubt it does. So we're gonna hook the battery up, turn the key off, that way I can watch it ignite, and we'll see what it does. Well, the battery made a little sizzle sound, which isn't a huge alarm. I got all the doors open, all the lights for the doors are on. So, let's see. No cluster, not really surprised. Alright, so I've got our known good cluster. I know it doesn't look like it because that's broken. I feel like General Motors broke that, and here's why I say that. So I took apart my parts car, and I learned something. One thing I forgot, there's bolts down there. And on that side, totally forgot that. So with all that work being done, let's see if it was worth it. This cluster did work in the other car, so theoretically it should work in this. Let's find out. Alright, that's good. And it's got low mileage too. I couldn't remember what the mileage was on it. This thing says half a tank. I kind of want to believe it. I'm trying to run this thing out of gas. If you haven't seen the other videos, we're having a running issue. I thought it was water in the fuel. I kind of still think that because I still get a sample and I still got some water. It does run. It doesn't run great. So I'm trying to drain the tank. I've just been trying to let it run. I'm almost at the point where I'm going to pump the tank. But I was curious to see how much is in there. Whether that's right or not, I don't know. But I don't know. It gives me some kind of indication at least. Alright, so we got our cluster back in. Also hooked up our gear shift indicator. Pretty much what I did, I put it in drive. That allowed me enough room to kind of get this over here. I just pulled my cable down until it was in D, and then I held it with my fingers. Use my other hand, kind of slide that on. You don't have a whole lot of room, so you can just slide it on, push it the rest of the way with your screwdriver, and now it's registering correctly. So now we're going to get our bezel put back in there. I'm going to try and hook. Got a little 2 tabs on there. We'll try and hook those down in there first. We'll see how that goes. Pretty good, actually. There we go. We got our AC vent lined up. And we'll start putting our screws back in. And I went and grabbed some other ones out of the other 90. That way we can have all the screws in this one. Like I said, this car is in a lot better shape than the other one. So we'll be utilizing everything that we need from that car. That's the beauty of parts cars. We'll try and navigate our vent screw in there without dropping it. That should be fun. Yeah, that's gonna be real fun. We're gonna grab a different screwdriver. So I'm gonna use my little tool here. I usually use this for like drywall screws and wood screws and stuff like that. Got a little sleeve that slides over the screw. Hopefully that'll prevent us from falling down in here. Hopefully we can get it through the vent, which we can. It feels somewhat started. There we go. Our bezel is all installed again. So that's going to wrap up this video. Hopefully it helped you out. If not, maybe it was just entertaining. I don't know. Going to be having a few more maintenance videos coming up. I got to do the AC on this thing. This project I've been putting off for like 2 years, but it's getting hot enough to where it needs to be addressed. So hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Go ahead and share it. And keep an eye out for more builds, more repairs. I'm going to get back on hydraulics soon too. Anyways, appreciate you watching. We'll see you on the next one. Remember, you won't know what you can do till you try.